Didn't we come through this part?
No, we didn't. I mean, we probably didn't come far away from it, but...
Are called griffins. And then the viewing space, the tower at the top called a belvedere. This boutique hotel in 2016 is an adapted use, goes from office to hotel. The architects who did that work were Sketch Partners from Chicago. They also designed the modern become a board. So we get a style that reacts against that style called postmodern. This large building on your left that's sort of a gray-green with the stainless steel accents in the windows. The Leo Burnett building from 1989 by Kevin Roche and John Dinkeloo. It's an example of post-modern. LaSalle Wagner, 1930, Halliburton and Root. The Art Deco style is a style largely used between the end of World War I and the beginning of World War II. And the architect was taking a big gamble that these units would sell. And it was a gamble that he won. He built these 4 little cottages 7 years later. The Fort Cottage, because Harry Weiss was an avid sailor. To him, the triangle is the symbol of the sail, and of course, portholes are very common nautical features. 4 families shared that vision, 3 of them, and types of business infrastructure began to be built here to take advantage of the fact that this water transportation site was at really a choke point in the North American continent. By 1900, the population of Chicago had exploded. And so he surrounded the theater with 3 office towers. Unfortunately, his timing was very poor. First opera performance was 6 days after the great stock market crash, October 1929. Within 2 years for redevelopment, they found all these limestone pieces which they incorporated into the Riverwalk rather than taking to a landfill. The whole project is called the River Edge. This particular portion is soft bank. In fact, Alta is not technically on the site plan. Rob Johnson was the overall design architect. It's going to wrap around this large concrete structure that you see, River City by Berkeley Goldberg in 1986. Goldberg was as much a philosopher of urban life as he was an architect. Said, we're having trouble assembling a large parcel of land on the west side of the business district. The mayor said, oh, I can take care of that. And he had the city council vacate a block of Quincy Street. Then Sears could buy up all the individual parcels of land on either side of Quincy Street, create this. There are 2 very big floors at the base for our people. That's why we're bringing them all to one place. And finally, smaller floors up above that we can rent out for high rent to offset the cost of our headquarters. Well, Bosmer Khan was only about 35 when he designed. Billy Bruce Graham himself was only 30. Now our people. That's why we're bringing them all to one place. And finally, smaller floors up above that we can rent out for high rent to offset the cost of our headquarters. Well, Bosmer Khan was only about 35 when he designed. Billy Bruce Graham himself was only 30. The large limestone building coming up on your left began its life in 1931 as the Merchandise Mart, the liquor company and consumer brands company, ConAgra Brands. There are also 2 very important new business incubators in this building. 1871 for companies that are in the software and hardware. This building, the Vista, is being designed by a woman who is a genius. She has the piece of paper to prove it. Her name is Jean Gay. She won a MacArthur Genius Grant in 2011. So if you go into her office and look behind her, originally built in 1971 for the IBM Corporation's Midwest offices. Mies passed away in 1969 before it was finished. But it has all the features of his style. Rectangle, flat roof, that's where restaurants and bars for the hotel will be located. This building is going to have the same challenge that other tall buildings, at least the 3rd tallest tower. It's going to sway in the wind. And so you can just barely see there's a works very well for the hotel. The elevator core comes up in the middle of the triangle. You don't have to waste a lot of floor space with long corridors. All the rooms get access with 3 very short corridors. But more importantly, Harry knew that that building would be surrounded on 3 sides with tall buildings that would block the light going into the hotel. So when you take that triangle and put it on a square base, natural light always reaches all the facades of the triangular tower. So he uses that symbolism in the design of this building. He gives it a blue facade because Chicago is a city on the lake. And then those gray louvered floors that you see, those have been strategically placed because he was make no small plans, make big plans, aim high, and work